Do you sneak food into the movie theater or do you buy them from the concessions?
I'm a buy at the concessions. I mean, I haven't. Things have changed, but yeah, I used to buy at the concessions. Have my AMC Stubs membership,
For sure.
so I'd hit the premiere lines, get my free
Do the
tickets.
do the app and do the pick up at the concessions. Don't have to worry about
Yeah,
lines. Yeah, I've done that.
or go to the AMC dine-in and just have them bring it to the seat.
Right, I've done that. But I ain't gonna lie, I still bring stuff in my pockets.
Yeah, I've never really. I don't know, and maybe because I got quote unquote I got money now, so it's like
Ballin'.
I ain't doing that broke shit no more.
Nah, for me it's not broke shit. It's smart shit because
It is smart because that shit is expensive.
them little boxes of like Sour Patch Kids, things like that. They charging like $6-8 for. Are
Yeah,
the same ones that are at the Dollar Tree.
yeah. Like I'll drop 50 easy just on me going to the movies
So that's
by
what I'm saying.
myself.
So I
Yeah.
usually what I usually do is I usually hit a dollar store
But I do it for the experience.
and I'll grab I'll grab 1 or 2 boxes of little candies and then I'll go over to the market and grab bag of chips and the couple of theaters. There's a lot of theaters now just don't really care, but there's some that do.
Right.
But back in the day when they were real strict, when we were younger, I still do this. I still do this to this day. When I bring a bag of chips, that's a big bulge, right? You have it in your pockets. So right before I go in the theater, I just poke a hole, let the air
To
out.
let the air out. Giving away all the secrets.
So poke a hole, let the air out, walk in.
Giving away all the secrets.
So, but yeah, and that's another thing too. Is like the sizes and the stuff that they serve is smaller than it used to, or it's either smaller and costs the same, or is more expensive
For the
for the
same
same
size.
thing. And it's just like the inflation and the shrinkflation is just nuts. I mean, it's
it's crazy. Talking about the shrinkflation, like hitting up the fast food restaurants lately.
oh yeah,
Jack in the Box, Wendy's, In and Out. Like I went to when I go to Jack in the Box, I get the munchie meal.
before you get into shrinkflation, them Jack in the Box tacos ain't real tacos and they're gross. Like, how do you eat those?
They taste delicious. Because I'm
Man,
not expecting real tacos. I'm
that's just
expecting Jack in the Box, grease coating my stomach,
that's just an in and out. Just flush your system. Like that's
beef
just gross.
flavoring in the juice, like whatever the fuck it is.
I hate them things. Like
whatever it is.
we used to go to the games and they give out the tacos for the Laker games. They give you the things. Oh no, here just
passing them on.
Here somebody else
take
can have them.
I'll take them. Save them for me next time.
Gross.
Love me
Ugh.
some Jack in the Box
Ugh.
tacos, man. Yeah.
But
But it's partly nostalgic too, because there used to be a Jack in the Box right across the street from where I was growing up. So I just go over there, get my 2 tacos for 99 cents.
right.
After school on my way home. Man, those were the days. But yeah, I got the munchie meal, and then they give me the drink, and
Oh
I
yeah.
swear it was a little kid's cup,
Right. Yeah.
and
No,
I'm
yeah.
like, "Hey, what? I think it gave me the wrong drink," and they're like, "No, that's the drink size now,"
Yeah.
and I'm like, "This is the medium." They're like, "Yeah, that's,"
Yep.
and I'm like,
Yeah, because I
What?
noticed that a while back. The Wendy, you say Wendy's too. The Wendy's Frosties.
"Got
Like,
smaller too."
When you used to get a large Frosty, like now it's like it's not quite what it's smaller than a medium used to be, but it's larger than a small. But it's
Still smaller.
nowhere near the size
Yeah.
it used to be, and it's more. It's like
And I don't know why.
disappointing.
I feel like it's some dubious, deceptive type behavior. Like I don't know why they don't announce it that they're going to be changing up the size or something like that. Like you just get surprised, and it's like, wait a minute, I thought
The only company as of late that I can recall that fessed up to shrinkflation to a certain extent, they didn't call it that, but a few years back, In-N-Out said that they were reducing the size of their beef patties by like 20% in order to not change the price. So you'd pay the same price, but your patty was
but
technically
you're getting
thinner.
a smaller burger. Yeah,
And it sucks too because I think they've done it multiple times. Because if you go to In-N-Out, like I'm not gonna say I don't love it still, but I used to really love In-N-Out. I used to go to In-N-Out and kill me some double doubles and whatnot.
yeah.
But I feel like now you get a double double if you put them 2 patties on top of each other and you measure it up to say like a Wendy's like single. Them 2 patties aren't even the equivalent of 1 Wendy's burger. So if you really want a true double double, you got to get a 4x4.
You got to get a 4x4.
So and hence when I go to In-N-Out, I got to get a 4x4.
Yeah, it's crazy, Like, and the last time I remember noticing shrinkflation was pandemic. The toilet paper, they were taking squares off the rolls.
Right.
Like people wasn't gonna notice none of this stuff.
Right.
Like,
No,
come
yeah,
on, y'all are crazy.
it's definitely a thing. I mean,
Bottles were getting less full. Like it was
and I'm gonna take it back to Wendy's. You remember back in, remember the Biggie? Remember it was called like
the
Biggie for a
biggie.
reason because you get like a big old 64-ounce joint.
Yeah,
They don't have
they don't do that.
They call stuff Biggie bags, but they're actually smaller portions,
Yeah,
Biggie deals or whatever.
yeah,
And you get like two small burgers, fries, and a drink or whatever it
yeah.
is. Like that's not what Biggie was. Biggie was always like it was like the supersize for Wendy's. You were supposed to get the extra large fries, the extra large drink.
Ain't got no supersize no more.
Their stuff is it's small, man. It's crazy.
It's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing to
Shrinkflation.
see because once upon a time, and I get it. I understand that over time things change, things get more expensive and everything like that. But once upon a time, like these restaurants gave you what you would consider enough value for the money that you paid.
Right.
Especially when you like the fact that they had a supersize, like we've got the biggest drink you can get anywhere
For 25 cents.
for 25 cents more. And, like people flock to McDonald's for that,
Yeah.
Or back in the day when Carl's Jr. first came out with their $6 burger.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer because it's like I can get a restaurant style burger at a fast food joint for only $6. And it's like now you're paying to go to McDonald's and buy the regular cheeseburgers that used to cost 32 cents at one point. They were even cheaper than that before. Now it's $2 and some change.
Yeah. I mean,
It's like, what the hell?
it's like we've said, like, a Big Mac combo right now, right? A Big Mac combo, you coming out of there spending like $15-$16
Easily. That used to be a $5 meal.
for a large. Yeah, and that used to be so much cheaper. And the crazy part is you getting a Big Mac, fries and a drink, and it's mediocre, right? It's fast food. It's whatever. You could turn around and take $11 and go to Chili's. You get an appetizer, you get a burger, you get a side, and you get a drink. So you're getting more food, better quality food, for $11
Yeah.
versus what's supposed to be quick and easy and run out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I feel like now it's the convenience store method where, like, you go to 7-Eleven to buy your toilet paper. It's way more expensive than if you buy it at a normal store
Right.
because it's the convenience.
Right.
I feel like that's what all fast food is now. It's like, oh, it's fast and convenient, so you're going to pay more
Yeah.
than if you go to a restaurant and sit down and get food, which it used to be the opposite. And that was
Right.
the whole purpose of fast food. It was fast and cheap.
Right.
And I just feel
Yeah.
like that's just out the window now. It's just between shrinkflation and inflation combined.
Yeah. We're getting squeezed out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Corporate companies got to get their margins right.
Corporate greed.
Margins got to be huge.
Holding to the stockholder. Everybody wants more and more and more. We need more. We need more profits. Like, really?
That's the CEO's profits or something that can never be reached. Their goals can never be reached because it's always
More and more and more.
increased.
Yeah.
So
We had record-breaking profits this year. Let's go even higher next year.
they always announce record-breaking profits or huge profits, and then they turn around and they say, due to the climate of the economy, we're going to have to raise our prices. What?
Yeah, how does that make sense?
Or maybe your CEO doesn't get a $20 million bonus.
Yeah, it's only 18.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah, they'll cut the jobs at the lowest levels, but CEOs are still getting their bonuses and their big salaries and their big paychecks that have to be voted on by the board.
Right.
It's not like this is some arbitrary number that somebody just comes up with and pays themselves. Like there's a whole board of directors that agrees to this number, and they're like, sure, we'll pay you tens of millions of dollars, and we'll only pay the lowest man on the totem pole minimum wage.
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense.
And we'll also get all of our, you'll get your $20 million bonus and we'll all take 5 each.
But I mean, this is America, right? That's the difference between the owner and the worker.
And then they come together and they go, hey, we have a conundrum. What is it? Oh, well, if we don't quickly raise our, burger combos by at least another 70 cents, we're not going to get our $5 million bonuses, which means you won't get your $20 million bonus. Oh, then let's raise the prices.
Yeah, nobody cares. At least once upon a time, going back, I mean, we can even go back 30 years, companies used to have some consideration for the consumers. When you went on a flight, like meals were included. You didn't have to pay extra for snacks. You didn't have to pay extra for a meal. You didn't have to pay extra for water or a soda on your flight. It's like now that's frills. Now you got to pay extra for that.
Yep.
Check a bag, free bag check, free carry on.
Southwest just Just didn't they just announce that they're getting rid of free check bags?
Yeah. Like
So there
they're
you go.
making you pay for everything now. They're nickel and diming the consumer so they can maintain their bottom line and stay in the black. It's a gift and a curse, like that's progress for you. But when does when does the everyday man become the focal point again? Like we need to get back to that customer is always right mentality. And I know the customer is not always right, but I mean at that point there was always the corporations were willing to work with you. Now not so
Now they
much.
just want to squeeze you,
Yeah.
squeeze you dry.
And if you can't afford it, then go somewhere else.
Didn't that didn't that there was one of those CEOs that was talking about if you can't afford to feed your family, then just eat cereal every day.
Or if you can't afford to buy eggs, go buy a chicken.
Yeah, go buy chicken.
Like seriously, these are your solutions to our problems. So things are getting too expensive. You can't afford to buy eggs, then start a farm and homestead in your backyard.
Yeah,
But the government isn't real keen on homesteading.
right.
So how is that supposed to?
And if you live in an area that has lots of coyotes,
Yeah, you're just gonna invite them. That's about to be a coyote party,
yeah, they about to have some KFC in your backyard.
right? Oh man.
So yeah, I mean, I guess that is what it is. We endure it, we deal with it. But the problem I see is that as companies raise their prices and everybody complains about it, unfortunately, people still buy it.
Yeah, that's the gift and the
I
curse.
mean, there's always the oh, I'm going to boycott this or I'm going to boycott that, but generally that lasts for a very short duration and they're right back to buying it at whatever prices because they realize that
Yeah,
it is what it is. But so
I want it. I can buy it. I mean, I will say this though. In recent times, they've
oh
had
no,
the
there's been some effect for sure.
the Target boycott that's going on right now.
Target and Walmart both
That they're doing for
massive.
40 days.
Yeah, I think Target reported like a $12.6 billion loss.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, again, this goes back to what I was saying about the people, like they showed their hand by eliminating their DEI initiatives.
for
So
sure,
like these are the people that you want to shop at your stores. Why would you do something that hurts them
like the
or
one
that
thing,
doesn't align with their perspectives,
the one thing that was conflicted on with there was the blackout day where nobody's supposed to go do retailing at Walmart, Target, Amazon, anywhere, right? The only thing that doesn't make sense about that is fine, you didn't shop for one day, but all the stuff that you needed, you went the next day and bought.
Right. Or you bought it the day before.
Or the day before. You
Yeah.
bought it in preparation, you bought it after.
Yeah.
So those kind of things don't make any sense. But if you're going to avoid something wholeheartedly
Yeah, you got to do it for at least a month.
or longer, I mean, I haven't been.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. At least
I ain't
a
been
month.
to Target in a hot minute since all that stuff went down.
Yeah.
Me and Walmart got beef, so I ain't been to Walmart in years.
Man, I got a confession.
So
These are my confessions. I just bought some tires at Walmart.
so yeah, I'm a hard pass. I could have taken you to the tire spot.
I don't know if they'll have the prices though.
I got you. Trust me. Um,
What side? What side?
But like Costco, man, Costco's reported record, record new memberships,
Skyrocketed. Yeah.
and that's just tons of people flocking over. And I saw Sam's Club is reporting lots of losses, lots of people canceling.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But Costco is they standing on 10 toes, and they just like no, and with all the pressure that's been put on them, they're just like we're not doing that. We ain't got no reason to. You can't make us.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep doing how we've been doing, and that's that.
Like, what's the point of getting? And I mean, it just seems to be the sign of the times. Eliminating programs and initiatives that were introduced or highlighted during Biden's presidency. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, nope, we don't need these anymore. Like, let's get rid of them.
And the crazy part is that one of the most the highest benefactor for that program, white women,
Go figure.
because that's part of what it was for. It was for women in the workplace.
Yeah.
All that stuff. It's changed names over the years. It wasn't always called DEI,
Right.
but nonetheless, it was created for women in the workplace, more specifically white women initially, and then it just branched out and evolved over time, which is as it should, right? To include other
yeah.
ethnicities,
Yeah.
people with special needs,
Other marginalized
and
groups.
handicap, wheelchair, all that stuff. Like so, make it fair. It has nothing to do with this dude's, this dude's this race or this dude's handicapped, so we're not going to hire. We're only going to hire him because of that, even though this dude's way more qualified. It's not that they're not going to do that. They're going to hire the more qualified person, but the whole point is to give it an equal opportunity. So if there's another qualified person out there who is of one of these other groups that's just as qualified, you have to give them a fair chance. That's
right.
It's not saying. That's why I loved it when with the whole plane crash thing that started off all these plane crashes, but that first one. They were, it's a DEI. It was all these DEI hires, and and it turned out it was a white pilot, it was a white co-pilot, it was white flight control, like
right.
on the helicopters and the airplanes. It was all white.
Yeah. So where's the DEI?
Where's the DEI? And now it's gotten to the point where and many people have said it, where DEI in most people's mouths just means black people.
Yeah, it's the new N-word.
It's literally like
they always find way it's the evolution of language,
right?
Because it's the same thing with woke.
Because it's always anytime anything that's a DEI hire, or that's a DEI this, or that's a DEI that, and it's like when they were saying Kamala was a DEI candidate. Like, do you see her track record?
Yeah,
like she didn't just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden she's in politics. Ironically, the person saying it was an actor.
DEI hire.
And and if you want to call anybody a DEI hire, you're a DEI hire because you are not part of politics. You are an entertainer, actor, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, of a show,
of
a reality show, and then you got thrust into politics.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works.
You were included in politics and became a politician. So
crazy how that works. The projections are
right.
crazy. Projections are crazy. Oh, let's make the Secretary of Defense a TV news host.
They're always talking about who's qualified,
yeah.
And they hired the most unqualified people. It's like you had qualified people in a lot of these positions, and you hired vastly unqualified people.
And you replace them with cronies who will do your bidding.
And you're not saying that those are DEI hires, because they are. They're DEI hires.
They're the most qualified for the job.
They're just being included.
They've got the record.
They all have participation trophies in various things.
Yeah. Crazy.
But I digress. Shrinkflation sucks.
Shrinkflation is real.
So
who knows where it's going to strike next? The economy. That's where it's going to happen.
It's just right back to adding more air to the chip bags, and I don't know if do you eat Pringles?
It's funny. I was thinking about Pringles.
Because I don't know if you've noticed that the chips from the top of the lid have gone down.
Yeah, there's less chips.
It's like
six less
that's
chips.
the air in the bag. There's always, it started off was like the top chip was always right there, because if you shook it, you were less likely to have cracked up chips because it was packed in there.
Right.
Now there's like a 2-inch gap from the top.
Yeah.
So if they gets knocked over, all them chips are cracked. And the crazy part is like, have you seen those ones that are the extended bag? They say 25% more. But it's like 25% more air because the chips are still way down here.
They just made the canister taller.
The can's bigger. So
we put 6 more chips in this can.
It's crazy that Pringles are called potato chips, and if you go look at the ingredients, there's
not
no
potatoes.
It's just a bunch of seasoning crammed together to.
Yeah, Pringle is a chip alternative.
It's chip flavored crisps.
Right. It's crazy.
It's like the you have juice and then you have fruit drink.
Right.
You got chips.
Fruit beverage.
You got chip food.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Them chips don't reach the top of the can like they used to.
So that's why I bug out when you see the chips that have the clear packaging. It's like the whole packaging is solid, but has a clear window. And you see it and it looks like it's full, but if you turn it over,
you just see the inside of the bag.
Ain't no chips in there.
It's like those pins that you used to flip.
Right?
That's how they do it now.
It's terrible, man. It's like, why do you even need bags this big?
Right.
When there's only this much chips, just make the bags this big.
Right.
Make them this big. Or just do us a solid and have the bags this big and charge $12 for them, because that's what you really want to do.
Yeah. I mean, we'll pay. Obviously, we'll pay.
So
we still pay for it.
Ridiculous.
We'll complain about it all the way to the bank, but we'll pay for it.
It is ridiculous.
Can you reach that?